So today I'm going to show you how to take cheap cuts of pork that has the big bones in them and a lot of fat on them, which is good flavor, by the way. And I'm going to use some of these seasonings right here. Now you can use any seasonings that you want, but I choose to use these right here because it comes out really tasty. And the first one is the Butcher's All-Purpose Blend by Kinder's. You guys know how I love my Kinder's. And I'm using some of this Spiceology garlic and herb seasoning. Spiceology is a great company that makes really good spices and seasonings based out of Spokane, Washington. Hoorah, Spokane. All right, check them out online, spiceology.com. And then also I'm using some minced garlic from Kirkland brand, Costco, of course. All right, so let's talk about this meat for a minute. Now with these, I'm sure you've seen them at the grocery store. They have the bone in them and they have the fat, but they're just not pork chops. They're a different cut. They're cheap cuts. But what do you do with them? Because when you fry them, they don't come out like a pork chop. When you bake them, they don't come out like a pork chop. But guess what? When you braise them, they come out so delicious. And how do you braise it? Well, it's a form of braising. It's not the technique of searing the meat and all that stuff, but this is how you turn cheap cuts of pork into a delicious meal. So, first you have to preheat your oven to 260 degrees. Then you take a Dutch oven, put the meat in it, and for me I'm using 1, 2, 3, these are some big babies right here, 4, 5 pieces right here. Then after that, I'm using some Kinder's Butcher's All-Purpose Blend seasoning. Don't be scared to season it up because this is all going to turn into juices and it's going to be nice and tasty. And remember, don't go crazy with the salt. You can always add more salt to your dish. And right here I'm using some of this good old Spiceology garlic and herb seasoning. Alright, and then I'm taking some minced garlic. Yeah baby, minced garlic. I'm just going to put that all in there. Then I'm going to put the lid on it. Make sure your lid is slightly cracked. Alright, then we're going to put it in the oven. And then after that, we're going to see how this comes out. Alright, so it's been 3 hours. So let's take a look at it and see if it's done.
Oh yeah. There we go. Look at it. All of that flavor in there, the garlic, the seasoning, the herbs, and the meat is just falling off of the bone. Look at that. And look at all that juice. That juice that's on the bottom, that's a lot of flavor. Now when you're doing this, make sure you pick out the bones. And I did discover that there are a lot of little bones, so another thing you might want to do is probably cut out the bones before you start cooking this, because it'll make it a lot easier. Because of course I'm editing the video after I cook the food and ate it. So there were quite a bit of bones in there that I did miss. So yeah, take the bones out. Now, here's something you can do with this pork. You can make some rice. I love my rice cooker. It makes it so much easier. And I took the pork, and then after that, I added the rice into it and mixed it in really, really good. All of that flavor from the juices in there. The pork is nice and juicy. The rice is nice and packed with all that flavor from the juices. And it's a really easy dish. Now, with me using pork, you can also do this with beef and all kind of other stuff. And it's gonna come out tasty. And as a matter of fact, this big spoon right here, this is delicious. Easy dish if you're a beginner at cooking, or even if you're somebody that just likes to cook and try different things, give this a try. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.